All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Tuesday, July 15th. And oh dear, it's Paul. It's a bit early in the week to have to face Paul. Anyway, before we begin, the cryptic clue of the day. Yesterday, bit of excitement hugged by revolting lecher. Well, a tingle might be a bit of excitement. And hugged by is indicating a hidden clue within revolting lecher. Today, and bear in mind I did know Paul was setting today, even you heard the French state eastern wind. Even you heard the French state eastern wind, 10 letters, begins with F, and L is the 6th letter. All right, let's see what Paul has for us. Deity and Prince direct. Well, Prince can be abbreviated to P. So is it going to be, well, it could be a deity followed by P, and that means direct. It could be the verb to direct people. But I'm thinking it might be the name of a deity, Greek, Roman, Pandora, maybe an Indian deity. No, I don't see that. But let's see if the Downs title earned a first in medicine secured. Well, first in medicine is probably the M. So I think we're going to put M inside a word for earned. I think the A might be important too. A first, so maybe A, M, or the A might be at the end of a title. But I do think we need a word for earned. No, I don't see that. Incarcerate bishop, for example, in robes of cardinal. Oh, well, bishop, for example, makes me think of a chess piece. And robes of cardinal, I'm wondering if that's just the outer letters, C and L. So I'm thinking incarcerate is the definition. Imprison, yeah, I can't think of another word for incarcerate. How about the fool had nuts, fruit, and veg, etc. Well, nuts can be a crafty anagram indicator. Oh, maybe the fool had, oh yes, and then fruit and veg, etc. might be examples of health food. Finally got one. All right, does that help my deity and Prince direct? No, it does not. Personal details with which leader in government accesses sensitive area. No, I don't see that one. Energy repeatedly drained from dignified old band. Well, energy is E, so maybe we're going to take two E's out of a word for dignified, and it's going to be an old band. I'm thinking it might be not Fleetwood Mac or Procol Harum, 6-3, Vinegar Joe. Who is 6-3? Canned Heat. Was there a band Canned Air? And what's a phrase for dignified? No. Wheels in a sofa bed sheared off. I like that, but I don't see it. A charger dropping tail in familiar walk. No. Books everyone can see wrapped in the Indian cloth. Everyone can see. Oh, that may be something like overt or open. And maybe is that wrapped in a sari, the Indian cloth, or is jute? I'm wondering if it's books of the Bible. There are those like the tetralogy or the Deuteronomy. Don't see it. All right, let's go back. Sticker insect attached to mammal as opposed to a stick insect. Yeah, I think the definition must be sticker, and insect could be an ant attached to some four-letter mammal. Yeah, I think ant is the most likely. Oh, of course, it could be ant at the end. Adhere ant. No. Oh dear. A chevron in a figure behind curved shape. Really. So I think it's going to be a phrase that means really question mark. Is it a something? Yes, but a chevron. That's that sort of arrow shape in a figure. Ooh, the curved shape might be an S. Oh, so is something. No. Permitted furniture in retirement home? Question mark. Oh, permitted might be let. Furniture could be anything. I think the definition might be retirement home, but in a sneaky way. Retirement, of course, can mean going to bed, going to sleep. No. Tedious, anything but in the wisdom of cattle. Oh dear. Yeah, don't get that. Bone, first of all, in upper legs, no arms. Oh, thank goodness. Well, I actually read bone, so it was four letters, and I thought of the ulna, and it is the first letter of upper legs, no arms. All right. Thank you, Paul, for taking pity on us with that one. Cuts of beef taken from this. Say, what ought to go with knife? Yeah, why does he say what ought to go? Is it going to be an Americanism? Cuts of beef taken from Frisian or fillet, fillet. Say what yeah, maybe it's a homophone where you have to do an oughta kind of thing with knife. Maybe it is a piece of cutlery, fish, spoon, fork, something. In this, leader flies solo round outskirts of Chile. Well, I saw something about flying in 353, and my brain, whispered to me Air Force One. So thank you for that, brain. We do have the outskirts of Chile, R, C, and E in this leader flies solo. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. Solo might be for one going around CE. But then how do I get air? A1, AIR, leader? Yeah, I don't get that at all. But I think it must be right. Question posed by Buddhist right out of Holy Book. Oh, I think maybe it is a question posed by a Buddhist. And I think you have to take, yes, I think a riddle in Buddhism is a koan. Well, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but we take the R for right out of Quran. All right, let me go back to the Downs. Sweat produced collecting land tax once. Oh, I think it might be a land or maybe a tax once, some old excise duty or something. Sweat produced. Oh, could that be an anagram? Yeah, I think it might be. We anagram sweat. I'm thinking water. Yeah, we paid this in Ireland, I know. What was it called? Not just the water bill, but the water rates. So I think the anagram of sweat collects a word for land, which could be the verb to land, to accomplish, or to win. Yeah, I'm thinking water rates, water. Yeah, water rates would be RATE. Land. Oh, I think that will come to me. I'm going to leave water in for now, though. A theatre fine, well set up for musical performance. I think it might be a musical performance. I'm thinking it's going to begin with A, and then we're going to have a word for theatre, and then probably F for fine, or it could be okay. And then a word for well, I think, is going to be set up or reversed. For a musical performance, what is that? Arch. No, not saying it. Acrobatic flick in roll. Ooh, some kind of. Oh, maybe it's a roll, as in a sandwich roll, bread roll. But it might be an acrobatic move. Or, yeah, flick might be film inside a word for roll. All right, I'm thinking it's probably going to be, oh yeah, backflip might be, well, let me put in backflip and see if I can work out why it might be right. Flick. Ah, Ah, yes. So I think it's an and lit because the whole thing describes a backflip, an acrobatic flick while you're doing a roll. But we anagram, so we have an acrobatic flick goes inside a bap. That's clever. Florist, say, arrives and rose finally pulled from wreath. Yeah, I don't know. Is the definition florist say? And it's what was a florist an example of? A trader? No. Indication in slang, I screwed up. Oh, is it a hidden clue? No, I don't think so. Oh, maybe it's an anagram of slang I, maybe screwed up. Um, yeah, I mean, I would have thought the ing went together, but sailing, lacing, indication. No, I'm not seeing that. Person encrypting information ending on the radio. Well, person encrypting might be a coder. Information ending. Oh, on the radio, of course, well-known homophone indicator. Information can be Jan. No. Label cut for breakfast food. Yeah, I think we're going to cut a word for label, and it will be a breakfast food. Oats. Yeah, I don't get that. All right, one gets squeezed in front of carriage as soon as train moves. That's a lovely clue there. Reads so naturally. One gets squeezed. Is that the definition? Front of carriage might be just the C. When moves might be an anagram. As soon as train moves. I mean, as soon as in the phrase as soon as possible, it could be ASA. And then but yeah, I'm finding it hard to get exactly 10 letters. No, I don't see it. Designer range of beers with one exported. Well, I suppose again, my brain is doing great work today. I saw designer, I saw beers, I saw began with L, and there is a designer lager feld. So range of, I think range of beers might playfully be a lager field, but with the I exported from it. I think that's probably it. We'll take a look at 15 squared as usual at the end. Smack heel in disco dance. Um, no idea what that is. Now, smack is slang for heroin, which can also be H or horse. Yeah, it's not just a hidden clue within. Yeah, what does smack heel stamp, I suppose? Is there a disco dance called a stamp? I think there's a song, Stomp. Is it the Brothers Johnson? But I don't know. Stripper managed to break a joint bending backwards. Well, managed is very often run or ran in this case. So I am wondering if we put the word ran, it has to break, excuse me, or go inside a joint, maybe moving backwards. A hip. Oh, yeah, I think that's exactly it. And then a, yeah, so a hip is all reversed. And inside it, we put ran. And so the stripper is a piranha. We just had a piranha recently. All right, the bottom left, at least I'm making some progress. Criminal taking the lower street, one going straight on the outside. Okay, street is probably going to be ST, but what lower? Now, lower, I'm always suspicious that it might be a cow because a cow lows. One going straight on the outside. Yeah, I'm thinking though it's going to be a type of criminal in 7 letters, but I do not know why. Of course, a label could be a brand, and cut short is Bran. And my florist, oh, could be a flower arranger. I think, I don't get the wordplay. Arrives, oh, I think arrives can be abbreviated to ARR. And rose, finally, oh, that's an E, pulled from, oh, you take the E from wreath to get wrath, and that leaves, and that means anger. All right, I like that. Oh, so maybe it's a something opera? Musical performance. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. A, of course, so I don't know how I put that in there. Oh, I thought it was a theater, fine, yeah. Oh, I was just trying to work out where my okay might go, if that's fine. I'm thinking about rock opera, but yeah, let me try rock. Oops, rock opera. Well set up. Oh, yeah, so actually the whole thing is reversed. A is a theater is a repertory theater, then okay. And well is if you exclaim well, you might say core. And all of that gives a rock opera. Wow. This might be coder. Information ending on the radio. Oh, I think the definition is person encrypting information is a coder. And this is my least favorite kind of homophone. The ending of a piece of music might be a coda, C-O-D-A, but on the radio, for some people, it will sound like coder. All right. Our criminal now begins with R. one going straight on the outside. No. And that's one gets squeezed in front of carriage as soon as train moves. No, I don't see that. Oh dear, the top half. Very barren. All right, cuts of beef taken from this. Say what ought to go with knife. Yeah, maybe it is a homophone of fork and something. Yeah, but I don't get it. Ooh, my 5 down now ends in O. Geo, REO, Speedwagon, Chairman Mao. Let me pause and try and think of an old band ending in O. Ah, of course, it was just the 40th anniversary of Live Aid. I had recorded a lot of some of my favorites from the radio at the time, and I played those tapes. And it was funny to think 40 years ago I made these tapes. Anyway, one band I didn't record, but I think they started it all off with Rocking All Over the World, Status Quo. And I think Dignified might be statuesque without the two E's. And Old is O, and the band is Status Quo. I love it. Oh, yeah, I'm wondering if there's a word for quarter. Like, is that part of a cow, the 4/4, and a knife? If what ought to go is a 4/4, 4/4, that's maybe one of the worst homophones we've ever seen, but you be the judge. All right. So now sticker. Yeah, is it going to be a sticker like something you would stick in a book or on the outside of a product? Or somebody who sticks like a syringe? Uh, yeah, I bet it's something funny. All right, a charger dropping tail in familiar. So maybe the definition is walk. Some word like saunter. No, there's the books everyone can see. Wrapped in the Indian. Why the Indian cloth? Yeah, I don't get that. And that was our tax once. No. Deity and prince direct. All right, let me try and think of a deity with that H there. Well, I can't come up with anything for my deity, so I went down, I was staring again at my tedious anything but, and I did have to go to wordplays.com, and I found the word monotonous, of course, would be tedious. It's very convoluted wordplay. Anything but is not, I think. And that goes in the wisdom of cattle question mark is moo new MOO and then NOUS for wisdom. Very tricky. All right. Now my personal details with which leader in government accesses sensitive area. Oh, I'm wondering if the sensitive area is a groin. But how is that personal details? Yeah, probably not. And then that deity would end in H something G. That doesn't sound right. Oh, could the prince be Hal? And maybe it's a word ending in HAL. I can only think of wherewithal. Anyway, then that would begin with L, sensitive area, personal details, ID. Leader in government, I mean, it could be the G. Accesses. Sign in. No, I don't see it. What else did monotonous? Oh, yeah, the title earned. Oh, well, that M must be from medicine. And I was thinking about AM. And a word for earned has to go around it. Yes, I don't think it's going to be an AMA ending. Probably AME. Ooh, Madame has made. Why didn't I think of made? I made so much. I earned so much. All right, what is this? Mothra, deity, and prince. Yeah, maybe the definition is direct, or else it's a deity and the M is part of the prince. Yeah, don't. Oh, that must be do. Oh, could it be do us a favor? Really? Is that the same as in Britain if I say really do us a favor? I've never used the phrase do us a favor, so I wouldn't know exactly how you use it. Um, I mean, the V might be coming from, oh, yeah, chevron might simply be the letter V. I was thinking we're going to anagram a chevron. In a figure behind curved shape. Well, let me put in, oops, favor and see. Oh, the figure might be 4. Yes, it's AV inside of 4. And that comes behind, maybe it's not do, maybe it's do me a favor. Yeah, the curved shape, I think is a dome. Yeah, I think that's it. Do me a favor. All right. Incarcerate bishop, for example. Well, bishop, for example, then probably man in robes of cardinal. So it's not CL, but incarcerate. Ooh, remand. Oh, of course, cardinal wears red. Yeah, there we go. All right, deity. I am not thinking Morphia or something. Morpheus. And Prince Direct. No, I don't see that. Yeah, I don't think it's 4 down his groin. Well, it could be a funny deity name, I suppose. All right, I think I'm going to go back to word plays and try and get this deity one because nothing is coming to me. I had it when I said Hal. I should have gone back to thinking about that. The deity is Mars, and if you direct an emergency response, for example, you marshal everyone. All right, personal details. Yeah, the sensitive area isn't your groin, but it's the loin. And with the leader of government in there, you now have your personal details. Permitted furniture in retirement home. I mean, maybe the definition is permitted, gratified, something, but furniture then would go inside. Oh, could it be a home that is backwards and that's a retirement home? Yeah, I don't quite get that. Yes, sticker insect, no. This now ends in A. I wonder if it's some kind of fruit that gets squeezed. And it's probably going to end in an anagram of train, I think. Train moves. It's not a fruit. I ran through the alphabet and finally thought of a concertina. Mama's got a squeeze box. So we do have train moving at the end. Front of carriage. Oh, yeah, C is the front of carriage. And as soon as is once. Once you've done that, as soon as you've done that. Of course. Here was the indication in slang I screwed up. Yeah, I thought this was going to be the anagram of slang I. Oh, a signal, of course. They're just questioning someone at the moment about Signalgate, so I definitely should have thought of that. Here's smack heel in disco dance. Yeah, well, dance might be tango. Oh, the smack of something, I suppose, in its taste might be the tang. And the heel in disco is the last letter in disco. Very good. Ah, so I just, while I was paused, looked at criminal, and I was thinking one going straight on the outside. Well, something that's straight might be a ruler, and that might go on the outside. And on the outside of the street, it's a rustler. And so the definition, very clever, is criminal taking the lower. And so I was right to think about cows, but I thought it was going to be part of the wordplay and not the definition. This must be water rates. I just don't understand the parsing. Sweat, anagrammed, collecting land. Yeah, R rate. Yeah, I don't quite get that. All right, I have my permitted furniture in retirement home. Home can be in, but I don't see that working. And that's a charger dropping tail in familiar walk. Yeah, I wonder if it begins with A and then we have a charger like a bull or something, dropping its tail, dropping the last letter. Oh, dropping maybe the last letter in familiar. Ooh, that could be it. And yeah, it's going to mean walk. Could be a walk as in a street or a path you walk on, a walk of life. Let me pause and think what the second letter might be. I'm wondering if it might be ambulate. I mean, I know perambulator, a pram. So I think ambulate might be a verb for walking. Well, what's a charger? Or maybe it is a bull. Ah, so A is A. Charger is bull dropping its last letter. And that goes inside a familiar, might be a friend or a mate. All right. Ooh, that B should be helpful. I'm wondering if the furniture might be a table. And so permitted is something a bowl. And retirement home. Oh, well, a retirement home, I think, is maybe where your gran lives. And so there might be a gran table. And I'm thinking, again, it's a very strange word, grantable. All right, wheels in, a sofa bed sheared off. Yeah, I'm just thinking bed and cot is something to do with that, but I think we're going to have a sofa bed with the last letter taken away. I think the definition is wheels in, but I don't. Yeah, don't see it. All right, books everyone can see. Um, wrapped in the Indian cloth. I still wanted to have sari in it, but I'm not seeing that. Ah, well, I was thinking if that was ant, then this would begin with T. And looking at that, I thought of thesaurus. Well, I wanted it to be thesaurus, of course. That doesn't fit. So the plural thesauri would be the books. Everyone can see. And so it is wrapped. Oh, everyone can see is, oh, I always forget about that. The U rating in British cinema, anyone can see the film. And inside, and so the was important. The sari. All right, so this does look like it's going to be and oh, a sticker might be a sealant. All right. Wheels in, a sofa bed, sheared off. Yeah. A might be A, and then sofa bed sheared off gives the last three letters. Anto, acts, arty. Yeah, I mean, what's it going to end in? I think if wheels suggests S. Let me pause and think about that. Oh, I did think about wheels in slang could be a car. So maybe it's the Americanism auto. Oh, a sofa bed, of course, has a futon. Oh, yeah, and you shear off the F and the N and AUTO. Very tricky. All right, I think we filled in everything. Don't think we had a pangram, although we had a Q and V, but I don't think we had a J, did we? All right, looks like everything else stayed. Let's take a quick peek at 15 squared. All right, the blog is by Lunapic. Oh, panic when she panics, or he panics when they see it's Paul. Took 65 minutes. I'll take that as a win. Oh, all right, so then my time is now. Of course, I do cheat a little bit. I had to use word plays twice today to find words that would match, and I'm sure the bloggers here do not do that. Nothing too obscure. Well, funnily enough, I've heard of Cohen, but I think there was one other I didn't know. Anyway, let's see. I think I got these ones. Yeah, 4/4. I've never heard of that, but I can accept it. And then, yes, 4/4. And I'll never win the rhotic, non-rhotic argument. It's at the edge of my tolerance levels. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Lunapic. Air in this leader flies. This clue only works as an and lit. Yeah, for one, solo. Yeah, I think the definition of air is quite weak. I don't like that one at all. And a range of beers is a Lagerfield. That was a bit of a stretch too. Although I did like the Rustler. And then in the downs, sweat. Oh, Terra. Ah, is land. And so I didn't realize the anagram of sweat goes all the way around. Yeah, my mistake. There's that homophone. I bet Lunapic didn't like that. Oh, air for one, a song for one person, i.e. solo. Maybe. Maybe. Oh yeah, rep is theater. I think that's quite a common, yeah, rep short for repertory theater. Oh, 4 candles, yeah. Being hard. Anyway, a lot of people are questioning that 4/4 homophone. Anyway, I like Lunapic. I'll take it as a win that I got it done within an hour. Anyway, thanks as always for watching and have a great day.